Hey guys, my name is Tatev Abrahamyan and I'm the director of ChessUp Board Labs. Today I'm going to show you a game from the Candidates tournament. If you've never heard of the Candidates tournament, it's the most important tournament of the year. The winner of this tournament will ultimately challenge Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, for his crown. The tournament is an 8-player round robin, which means that everyone plays everyone twice. So today was round 5, and the game I'm going to show you was between the American Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura, who's a 5-time US champion, and Nepomniachtchi of Russia, who has won this tournament previously. So going into the round, Nepomniachtchi was leading the tournament half a point ahead of Fabiano Caruana, another American player, and a full point ahead of Hikaru Nakamura. So this was a great opportunity for Hikaru to win the game and join Nepomniachtchi for the tie for first. So we're gonna analyze the game on the ChessUp board using assistance for both sides, so you can see the mistakes and the good moves for both sides. And we're going to look at it at a 3D board. So in the game, Hikaru is playing with the white pieces. He opens with e4. Jan responds with e5. Knight f3, attacking the pawn, and black responds with knight f6, the Petrov defense. So white captures the pawn. Pawn to d6, chasing the knight away. Knight to f3, and now black recaptures the pawn. Pawn to d4. So far we're playing mainline theory. This is all really well known. Pawn to d5, bishop to d3, knight c6, white castles, black develops, and now white challenges black center. Knight b4, attacking the bishop. So white doesn't want to give up the bishop pair, so the bishop slides back. Black castles. So both sides have finished their kingside development. Now moving on to the rest of the pieces, white develops the knight, bishop f5, and pawn to a3. So now if the knight moves back, white will simply capture the pawn on d5, so black captures on c3, white recaptures. So knight is under attack by 2 pieces and moves back. Rook goes on the open file. The other black responds by putting the rook on the open file, and Hikaru plays rook a2. So Hikaru has actually played all of this in the 2016 US Championship. His opponent played knight a5 in that game, but here Jan decides to go bishop f8. So Hikaru takes on d5. Queen takes. Pawn c4, attacking the queen, also stopping the queen from capturing the rook. The queen goes to e4. Bishop f1, attacking the queen. And now we reach the critical position of the game where the queen is under attack and we see the queen doesn't have a lot of squares to go to. So Jan decides to go queen g4. Queen b1 was another option, a more challenging option for white. Instead, the queen goes to g4. White attacks the queen. And now we see that the queen doesn't have too many squares to go to, so the queen only has 2 options where it won't be captured. But instead, Jan takes rook e1. So now white doesn't want to take the queen, because after black takes the queen, black will be up material because black has already won a rook. So Hikaru recaptures. The queen goes to e4. Rook to e2. And again, the queen doesn't have too many options, and the best move in the position was to go to b1. But Jan plays queen d3. And we repeat the position once. This is a very common thing for grandmasters to do, to repeat the position. And in this position, Hikaru plays rook e3. So now this queen is in a funny situation, so it goes to b1. So if we look at this position, it's a very interesting position. White is actually ahead in development, even though white's bishops are in c1 and f1, because white is controlling the only open file on the board. And this rook hasn't moved yet. The rook is not part of the game, and this queen is in a funny situation. So actually Hikaru mishandled the position a little bit here, and instead of taking advantage of this queen's position, he actually helped the queen to come back by playing d5. So now the knight has to go to the only available square. And now Hikaru's best move would have been to play knight d4. Instead he goes knight d2, attacking the queen. Knight b3, and now the queen returns to where it wants to be instead of being on this queen side where it was just away from all its pieces. And in this position, I think already Hikaru was starting to feel a little bit unhappy. So he goes bishop d2, trying to put the bishop on the long diagonal, and knight g6. So knight goes to a5, kicking the knight away. Knight goes to c6, bishop d7. And here Hikaru, I think, already realized that his advantage has disappeared, so the players started repeating the position. So the queen goes to f6, the bishop attacks, queen goes to d6, the bishop attacks. And by rules of chess, if the position repeats 3 times, the game automatically ends in a draw. And this was actually a great result for Jan, because all the other games also ended in a draw, so he's still leading the tournament. 5 games have been played, so there is 9 more games to go, and he's still leading the tournament by half a point. I hope you enjoyed analyzing this game with me, and stay tuned for more.